Welcome. Ever wonder why scrolling through your different social media feeds feels like stepping into completely different worlds? Well, today we're taking a guided tour of those digital spaces we live in every day. We're going to uncover the hidden psychological blueprints that shape our experiences, our moods, and yeah, even who we are online.
Okay, let's just dive right in with this. Why do some apps feel so casual and fun, while others feel, super formal and serious? And why is it so much easier to be bold or sometimes even aggressive when you're behind a screen? The answer isn't just about the tech itself. It's about how that technology is specifically designed to make us feel and act. And the key to unlocking all of this comes from cyber psychologist John Suler, who had this brilliant insight. Cyberspace is psychological space. It's not just servers and code, you guys. It's a projection of our own minds. Every single app is built with a certain psychology in mind, whether the designers knew it or not. So if we're going to navigate these different psychological worlds, we're going to need a map. We need a way to understand the architecture underneath it all, the stuff that makes a professional network feel totally different from, say, a chaotic online forum or an immersive video game. And this is our map. Think of cyber psychology architecture as the set of blueprints for any online platform. It's just like how a building's design, the lighting, the room size, influences how we act inside it. Well, a digital environment's design influences how we think, feel, and behave within it. At the very heart of this model are 8 fundamental dimensions. I want you to think of them as the basic building blocks for literally every online space, from your email inbox to a massive multiplayer game. So let's take a quick look at what they are. So here it is, the full blueprint. The 8 dimensions are identity, social, interactive, text, sensory, temporal, reality, and physical. Each one is like a dial that designers can turn up or down. Now, for our tour today, we're just going to focus on a couple of the most powerful ones to really see how they shape everything we do online. All right, let's get to our first stop and see how this works in the real world, starting with the absolute foundation of our online experience, our identity. Let's start with this one, because it's maybe the most important. The identity dimension basically asks one simple question. Who can you be here? How much of your real offline self are you supposed to show, and how much can you hide? Or are you actually encouraged to create a whole new persona from scratch? Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On one side, you got Reddit, where the architecture turns that identity dial way, way down, promoting anonymity. This makes it all about ideas and hobbies. But on the other side, LinkedIn cranks that dial all the way up. It demands your real name, your real job history. And that single design choice completely changes how we act on each platform. And this is why it is so crucial. The identity dimension literally shapes a platform's entire culture. It dictates whether a space feels like a professional stage, a creative playground, or sometimes a battleground. Next up on our tour, let's explore how the environment itself is actually built. We're going to focus on a dimension that we probably don't think about much, but it controls the entire pace and pressure of our online lives: time. The temporal dimension is all about pacing. Is this a place that operates in the immediate now, where conversations are happening live? Or is it more of a permanent archive, where your words can be saved and looked at forever? It's really the difference between a live chat and a forum post. This slide shows the two extremes perfectly. Snapchat's whole architecture is built on vanishing time. Messages just disappear. This creates a really low-pressure, playful vibe. But in contrast, a Facebook wall is built for permanence. Everything is recorded. This makes us way more careful, more curated, because our posts feel less like a fleeting chat and more like a permanent public record. And this balance really helps explain a lot of our digital anxieties, right? The permanence of some platforms can feel like this heavy weight, while the fleeting nature of others can feel so liberating. A platform's temporal architecture really defines the emotional stakes of every single interaction. Okay, so we've looked at 2 of these dimensions on their own. Now, let's see how they combine to create a truly unique digital habitat. We're going to deconstruct a platform we all know, X. The platform formerly known as Twitter. So here, you can really see how these dimensions intersect to create this very specific experience. On X, the identity dimension is set to semi-anonymous, which lowers the stakes for making bold statements. The text dimension is super restricted, which forces everyone to be concise. And the temporal dimension is cranked up to be incredibly fast-paced and immediate. So it's this exact combination, a middle-of-the-road identity, restricted text, and super fast time that makes up the psychological DNA of X. It's what creates those rapid-fire debates and that constant sense of urgency. Once you see the blueprint, the whole experience just makes perfect sense.
And now, let's turn the map over to you. Because the real power of this whole model isn't just about analyzing platforms, it's about understanding your own digital life and the choices you're making. I mean, really think about it. Are you the same person on Instagram as you are on LinkedIn or in a private group chat? What purpose do all these different personas serve for you? The answers start to reveal how you're using the identity dimension in your own life. Does the idea of a permanent post make you anxious? Does that lead you to platforms with disappearing stories? Or does the fleeting nature of a story feel kind of meaningless, pushing you toward places that feel more permanent? Your preference there is your relationship with the temporal dimension. And this is the big one. Are you consciously choosing these digital spaces because they serve a real purpose for you? Or are you just kind of living in these habitats that were designed to keep you scrolling? And that's really the heart of it all. Understanding this architecture lets you shift from being a passive user to an intentional citizen of your digital world. It gives you the power to choose the spaces that are actually the healthiest for you. So that's the big question this whole framework leaves us with. Take a look at the apps on your phone right now. Seriously, don't just see them as icons. See them as places. What are their rules? How do they shape your identity and your sense of time? What kind of psychological space have you actually chosen to live in?